Hey guys, ArchieLuxury on the Pluta channel. Pluta channel. Today I'm doing a special paid review. This is a young guy who emailed me and he made a considerable donation. And he's asked me some very important Patek advice. And let's do a quick wristwatch check. I'm wearing my Patek 5196 manual wine Calatrava. Absolutely love this watch. Okay, he came to me and I had a bit of a phone call. I rang him last night and he said, "Hi Paul, big fan of your channel. Was wondering if you could give me some advice on whether a Patek 5110, that's the world time like I've got, the Patek 5035, that's an annual calendar Patek, I also happen to own one, or a Patek 5146, that's a newer model annual calendar, would be best for a young collector. I am going to start my first year of medical school next year and I wanted a piece to commemorate my graduation." Okay. He goes on to say, "Currently in my collection is a Rolex 40mm Explorer 2 Polar, Rolex Ceramic Submariner, Omega Speedmaster Professional, Man on the Moon, a Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Duo Face, a PAM 590, and a Vacheron. Vacheron. I love my Vacherons. Yes, I do. And he tells me about a Vacheron. I like Vacheron. And he says to me, this is what he says. Sorry, let's have a look at it. This Vacheron he's got. It's a 92239. Now, that's a Vacheron, which is a very classic histories piece. It's just an elegant, simple, just gorgeous manual. It's sort of the equivalent of a 5196, except with Vacheron nows to it. It's a beautiful piece. He's got that in yellow gold. Please advise what metal to get and what model. Ideally, I'd like to spend under $25,000 US. I'd love to speak with you. I had a call with him. No need to rush the video, as I'd prefer a longer video if at all possible. Understand you're a busy man. Buy yourself a good scotch and take a drink for me, as I'm too young to drink in this godforsaken country. Cheers, Lawrence." And I gotta tell you, this is an interesting conversation we had. He's a really cool guy. I said to him, look, and this is the honest advice that I would say to anybody. Okay, what I would say is, firstly, what size are you? Okay, now the reason that might sound a bit strange, but it's very important to clarify how big someone is. I mean, if they're a smaller guy, a little bit, an Asian guy, for example, they could get away with a smaller Patek. If they're a bigger guy, you'd want to try and fit a bigger one. So I got to tell you, it is important to sort of, you got to ask these questions here. So I got to say, in my area there, it's a key thing, because see, the thing is with Patek itself, Patek's a very conservative company. They were a bit slow to come into they were a bit slow to come into the bigger sizes. So there are some 37 mils that are really good value, and there are also some bigger watches, but you want to try and work out what's the best piece for him. So he said, look, he's an Asian guy, and smaller, a little bit smaller on the wrist and that there. So I said, hey, fantastic, good news. And I said to him, look, if you've got $25,000 US to spend, I said, if it was me, I would say definitely go Patek 5110. That's the world time. That's the first reissue series. They brought them out in early 2000. And I got to tell you, the thing with them is that they are really good value for money. Really good value for money. You'll get that maybe a bit under the 25. Around the 25 mark is sort of the money there. And the other thing that's also amazing value, I said to him, I said to him that you've got to really, you've got to work out, is it going to be a daily wearer or is it a special occasion watch? And I said, look, the annual calendars are phenomenal. They are phenomenal bang per buck. They are phenomenal. They are really, really cool. However, if you're going to have to set it every day, that's normally where problems come in. I'm a bit anal, and that's how I fucked up my Royal Oak, is from setting the date, and that's what damaged it. And then it got worse and worse, and that's what happens sometimes. So I said to him, the beauty of the world time, it's a Patek Philippe without a date. Yes, it's a very good complication. The world time complication is really, really cool. But it's a complication that you can just set the time, wind, 10 times wind it, give it a shake, whack her on your wrist, and off you go. And that can be a great watch for special occasions. Whereas if you had an annual calendar, they are wonderful for, if you're just wearing it every day. Now, the only thing is you've got to be a bit careful. These watches, the annual calendar has a couple of little pusher pin holes to adjust the day, date, and date on it. There's 3, and that could possibly allow water to get in. So you want to work out, how does it play out? So I said to him, if you had $25,000, 5110, that's the same model that I've got. I got the 5110. I think that is absolutely superb. And I've got to be totally honest with you. I would say you've got to really, really, really think about this. And I said to him, he said to me, oh, what's the best metal to get? And I said, slow down. I don't think metal is a question. Like, we're buying second hand. I want the deal. Okay. Is there a bad metal combination in that? Not really. Rose gold, yellow gold, white gold, or platinum. Well, the platinum's too expensive. But I don't see there's a bad. It's more the condition and the price. Has it got papers? It's like if you're buying a BMW. You're buying it new, you can spec any colors. You pick metallic gray or cream interior or black interior with a spins. You can spec it. When you're buying second hand, it's more important, in my opinion. Has it been looked after? Has it got service history? That's more important. And the price. So that's kind of what I advised him there. I said to him, out of all those choices there, world time, annual calendar, I said, with the annual, so I said, so look, if you're going to go world time, I would go 5110. If you were a bigger guy, I would say at the moment the 5130 is the one to go for. But if you're a smaller guy, go for the 5110. If you go for the annual calendars, look, if you were a bigger guy, the 5146. If you're a smaller guy, 5035 is ideal. And I also said to him, I said, if you are looking for, if you've got, I just did a quick price check on a 5056. That's the platinum annual calendar. It was a little bit over the budget, so that was approaching 30. So that was a little bit high there. But I said to him, I said, look, it really depends on. It's very important You tailor the watch to the user. Then we sort of had a look at it. We sort of said, so I said, look, if you've got 25,000 to spend, I think the 5110 is perfect. That's the world time. However, if you really want to spend less, I think a 5035, we had a look at Chrono, you can get them below 20 US. That's an incredible bang per buck. And I said, just remember, any 5035 you buy, you probably need a service. In fact, the 5110 would probably need a service as well. So you've got to kind of factor this in. When you're buying a Patek that's sort of 20 years old, unless it's had a Patek service, you'd probably be advised to get a Patek service. I mean, this is the fact of the matter. The other thing we did is I said to him, you know, another thing I would highly recommend another Patek. So there's nothing wrong with any of those choices, but I tell you another one that I really think is cool is a Patek 5127 or a 5107. And they are so cool. So cool. And I got to tell you, man, I've got to tell you, they are incredibly cool. It's kind of, they are amazing. They are amazing. Look, I got to tell you, the only thing is, you've got to realize none of this stuff comes cheap. There's no real cheap Pateks. The Calatrava 5107, 5127, they are incredibly charming. You can get one of those, high teens, low 20s. And we even saw on the website, I checked with him, there was a platinum one, high 20s. And it was high 20s, and it was it was unfortunately, I think it may be a little bit higher, 28, and it was from a really good dealer in America, European watch company. They're in Boston, Massachusetts, and I've never dealt with them myself, but I've got a few good friends. My friend Descartes has dealt with them. And look, they're a dealer. They're a dealer, of course. They are a dealer. They're a dealer. They're there to, you know, they're there to make money, okay? Don't make any bones about that. But they are probably, I would say, in America, European Watch Company is probably the dealer for pre-owned Patek. I checked Watchbox. In New York, Madison Time, he is the premium vintage dealer. He's for like fucking amazing, $1 million, really crazy, beautiful, rare pieces. So that's what I'd be looking at. Interestingly enough, I got to tell you, a lot of people have been saying, well, Corona. I keep an eye on European Watch Gallery, and he had two world times last week, and they're gone. They were 5110s, and I think he had a 5130. Gone. Gonski. So, to be totally honest with you, people say, coronavirus. Yeah, I get it. Coronavirus is an absolute bastard. But these Pateks here, they're kind of, they never had the ridiculous hype like an Aquanaut or a Nautilus, and they haven't had the drop. They're actually staying pretty firm. And in fact, a lot of people are saying, I want my Patek. I sold my 5296 a couple of weeks ago because I needed the money to buy my 6006. And I said to the guy, you sure you want to go with it? Because I don't want to just fly down to see you and then you change your mind. He said, no. I definitely want it. Even if this Corona bankrupts me, I want my Patek. I want a Patek on my wrist. So he was very keen. And that's the thing. A lot of these Patek watches like this, they're owned by people who love the brand. And let's just have a quick look here at your current collection. I mean, for a young guy, you got some amazing pieces. Currently, you got a 40mm Explorer 2 Polar, fantastic. Ceramic Submariner, that's another fantastic choice. That's a GMT, a diver. You got the Omega Speedmaster Man on the Moon, iconic, fantastic. A ArchieLuxury Reverso, wonderful. A PAM 590, something different. And you've got a Vacheron Histories 92239 in yellow. Beautiful. That's a very nice piece. So, if I was getting a Patek, I'd want something damn special. I think, you know, when I spoke to you last night, I said, look, probably go for the 5110 or maybe a Calatrava. But now that I'm having a bit of a rethink on it, you've got the Histories. That's your simple dress watch. Fuck it, get a complication. If you can stretch to a complication, get the complication. Seriously, get the complication. I would say, if you've got a lot of money, get the World Time. If you want to keep it a little bit down, get the 5035. They are a bargain. And as I said to you last night, I think the 5035, they're a bit unloved in the collector community. They're a bit unloved. And as soon as the Chinese, because that's who is driving this market, once the Chinese realize there's more to life than Rolex, and they start saying, Patek, these 37mm Pateks will be extremely hot for that market. That's what I honestly think will happen. Even with this corona, look, the world's not going to end. It's going to all settle down. Okay, there'll be restrictions. Some companies will go broke. Companies that were teetering on the borderline, of course, they're going to go. Companies like Virgin are gone. Barney's are gone. You know, these fancy-wancy stores who just fucking do nothing really. But the truth is the economy is going to pep up. It'll kick back in. Air travel may take, international travel will take a while to get going. I mean, cruising industry's fucked. But things will ramp up. And I got to tell you, these Pateks, there's some really, really good pieces and fun pieces to have. Now, I think you got a great collection. You got all your bases covered. You've got some usable stuff. You've even got a Vacheron dress watch. Wow. Get a fuck off Patek Philippe. Yeah, I really think that's the way to go. The only other thing I would say, if you didn't go Patek, would maybe be a Lange 1 38mm. Lange 1 38mm. They're actually a good buy as well. That's the only other thing I would consider. So now that I spoke to Lawrence last night and I gave him some suggestions. Now that I've had a bit of time to think about it, 3 watches for you. Number 1 is the 5110 World Time. That's the 37mm one. Number 2 is the 5035. That's the annual calendar. They are excellent buys. And number 3 would be a Lange 1 if you wanted to get the German. I personally would go Patek. I just love Patek. I think it's incredibly cool watch to have there. And yeah, that is what I would do there. So Lawrence, I hope that really helps there. I'm just trying to steer you in the right direction. I think the World Time, it's gorgeous. The annual or the World Time, if I had, I'd pick the World Time. The reason I'd pick the World Time is it uses the 240 movement, which Patek thinks is a little bit more higher grade. It also uses, it's got a deployment buckle, the standard. It's just a cool complication. That is and admittedly, the annual calendar, fuck, you can't go wrong with that either. That is absolutely cool. They invented it, for God's sake. That was the first model. They are exceptionally good buys. I don't think you can go wrong. The Lange, well, I'm just throwing it out there. I just had to think about it. See, what happened is I spoke to you last night. And I've been thinking about it today. I'm thinking, you know, what would I get? What would I get? I'll throw in a non-Patek. Now, that's a 3 pieces to consider. If it was me, I'd go for the World Time. It's an amazing piece. You've got an amazing little collection. Beautiful. Got all your bases covered. And this is just an amazing piece to give to your grandkids or your children in 30, 40 years time and say, this is, well, I wouldn't give it to them. You could show it to them. I mean, they can, you know, this is, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. It's just an amazing piece. And, yeah, enjoy it. Enjoy life. I wish you well, my friend. I hope you do well at you're starting medicine. So the hardest part about medicine is getting in. You're starting, okay? Work hard. It's not easy. It's not easy. Believe you me, my uncle's a doctor, and it's damn hard. But hey, I think you've got it in there, Lawrence, to try your best, and that's the best way to go. That's a beautiful question. This is why Pateks exist, is for people like you. Quality, high quality person. Lovely guy, lovely contribution to the channel to keep me going, and he's a nice guy, really nice. Let me know what you choose, Lawrence. I'd love to know what you choose, and enjoy it. Patek ownership is amazing. It's amazing. So good luck, and I want to say thank you so much. Like, subscribe, tell your friends, put some nice comments. This guy is really cool. And guys, paid reviews, that's what keeps me on YouTube. Paid reviews keep me going. This is what gives me the sustenance and the energy to march on. So I got to tell you, honestly, guys, honestly, this is the energy, the sustenance. This is the power to keep going forward. Guys, I need your help. Come on, guys, get a paid review done. It helps me stay here giving advice. See you later. Hi, guys, ArchieLuxury. And who do I recommend in America? In America, who do I recommend for quality pre-owned wristwatches? David SW, David SW, David SW. Go to davidsw.com. He is the best, the greatest pre-owned dealer in all of the United States of America. David SW, David SW, David SW. Hello. How are you? Hey, not too bad. So you surviving this coronavirus? And there we go, one of the most beautiful Pateks of modern times, a key reference point in Patek history, the 5035, proudly part of the ArchieLuxury wristwatch collection.
Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, once again, Mark Goldberg for ArchieLuxury AC3, the Pontiff Satin de Ville. I want to sincerely thank you for having sat through this video because I know it was awful, but you know what? You do it for the greater good of humanity. Thank you so much. Now, a couple of quick pieces of homework. Now that you've watched this video, I would like you to hit thumbs up. If you must, hit thumbs down, but if you'd hit thumbs up, I would especially appreciate it. Go ahead and leave a really nasty comment and tell him how awful this content was, but most importantly of all, the entire reason that I am linking up with Archie Luxury in the first place. I am a published author, Let Dogs Be Dogs, available in bookstores, Amazon, and electronically somewhere near you. Remember, Archie Luxury, he's not just a figment of your imagination.